Stephen Robbins here. Welcome to the Get It Done Guy's quick and dirty tips to work less and do more. A member of the Get It Done Guy Facebook community was despondent. She wrote in, I work in professional communications. Everything is top priority the moment it comes in. How can I prioritize my day? Reporters have also written in with the same question, as have customer service people. In fact, all jobs where people are juggling a dozen projects and where some evil nemesis is throwing new balls into the mix every couple of moments. In some spiritual practices, they say the world is just a product of your thinking. I disagree. You may think you can fly, but if you jump off the top of a 10-story building, you will be disappointed to find out that gravity exists regardless of your thoughts. On the bright side, however, you'll only be disappointed for a few seconds. In the real world, if you take a job where priorities change from minute to minute, there is no way you can manage your time except minute to minute. Your job is emergency-driven, and that won't change. You can always get a new job. Fast food workers are in huge demand. But if you choose to stay with your current one, you need to learn to live with emergencies. Who lives with emergencies every day? Hospital emergency rooms, of course. I've never been to one, but I watch Nurse Jackie, so I feel like I have a really good, accurate idea of what goes on there. Emergency rooms use triage. When a patient comes in, someone does a quick evaluation and decides who gets in now, who waits around for an hour, and who gets to set up a tent for a few months before they get seen. You need to triage incoming stuff so you know whether to make it your new top priority, ignore it entirely, or somewhere in between. First, set up minimum boundaries. Journalism or communications takes thought, thought takes focus, focus takes no interruptions. Decide how big your focus chunks need to be, and then schedule regular times when you will answer your phone, check your voicemail, and check your email for new emergencies. Check once or twice an hour for 5 minutes, and between checking, however, close down your email and turn off your phone. You need at least some time to focus or you'll never do a good job. But in this type of emergency-driven job, you also want to check on a pretty frequent basis. Set up boundary overrides. Tell your boss you're doing this so you can produce high-quality work and still be as responsive as possible. So work with your boss to choose the best inbox checking frequency. Your boss, of course, will say, I want you to do high-quality focus work and be available instantly all the time. Your boss has pointy hair. Fortunately, your BlackBerry, iPhone, or Android lets you set up custom ringtones. Set a custom ringtone for your boss. Say, if it's a real emergency, call and I'll pick up. When you're in your focus time, only answer if it's your boss calling. Say, Hi, boss. You just tanked my productivity, reduced my quality level, and may be causing me to miss the deadline for what I'm working on now. This better be good or you owe me big time. What's up? Soon, either your boss will only interrupt you for top priority things, or you'll have to find a new job. Maybe something in a library. The most awesome Get It Done Guy listeners, Michael Steffens, Scott Colford, and Michael Colford, who all work in libraries, assure me that they are peaceful places whose only emergencies are of the literary variety. When a new item comes in, use triage to decide where in your work lineup it belongs. Consider two things. 1. How do the benefits of dealing with this item compare with the benefits of dealing with the other items on your plate? And 2. How does the pain of letting this item drop compare with the pain of letting other items drop? If ignoring this item will get you fired, do it and do it now. Discuss with your boss, during calm times of course, which things fall into the I'll get fired if I drop it category. A journalist who drops a story about a kitten stuck in a tree won't get fired. If the kitten turns out to be a shape-shifting space alien who later reveals he's here to enslave the human race, the journalist will get fired. But of course, by that point, that won't be his biggest problem. Prioritize according to damage control. Now make a quick list of the projects you're working on and score each one according to how bad it would be if it doesn't get done. 1 means you can drop this with few consequences. 10 means it would be very, very bad to let this fall through the cracks. Let's say your projects are take the dog for a walk, finish the marketing report, and write memo on company charity day. If you don't take the dog for a walk, it could have dire and smelly consequences that you'll have to clean up. It gets a 10. If you don't finish your marketing report, deadlines could slip. That gets a 7. If you don't write the charity memo, it just means that someone else will have to write it. The potential damage is low, maybe a 2. Next, rate each project according to how powerful the benefit is if you finish it successfully. Walking the dog has no great benefit, though it could be relaxing. It gets a 3. The marketing report could get you promoted if it's well written. It gets an 8. The company charity report will do good things for the world. Unfortunately, you're far more concerned with yourself than the world, so it only gets a 6 on the scale. Now use your rankings to prioritize in the moment. Any projects that have both high possible damage control and high benefits are your top priorities. They get your immediate time and attention. Projects that have high damage control and low benefit come next. Psychologists tell us that humans care about avoiding harm more than we care about embracing goodness. That means if anything goes wrong, they'll notice it even more and, of course, blame you even if it was their fault. So by taking care of high damage items next, you'll avoid looking bad after the fact if something goes wrong. Projects with low damage control but high benefit, those are third. These are the things that really make you look like a winner. And since you've handled all the high damage items by now, people's minds are clear enough to recognize that you're responsible for doing great things. Sometimes something is so high benefit that you're willing to neglect other projects even though neglecting those would cause damage. For example, if you're a journalist and believe you're pursuing a story that will win a Pulitzer, you may decide to neglect a high-profile story about a famous person and the brand of strained beets their newborn child eats. Yes, you'll look like you're totally out of the loop. Missing the strained beet story is high damage if you don't do it. But winning the Pulitzer is so good that it will make up for the damage and then some. Consider carefully and double-check with your boss before neglecting a high damage control item in favor of a high benefit but low damage control item. Projects with low damage control and low benefit should be dropped altogether. A job handling emergencies doesn't lend itself to easy scheduling. The trick is to triage your incoming responsibilities and reprioritize on the fly. Reset your priorities around how much later damage they save and how much future benefit they provide. And make sure to divide your time into chunks of focused time, even if it's only small amounts, so that you can definitely make progress in between emergencies. This is Steve Robbins. If you have other ideas on how to bring sanity to emergency-driven jobs, please send them in so I can use them in future episodes. You can also email questions to getitdone@quickanddirtytips.com. I help people who initiate projects identify and manage the risks so they have a greater chance of success. If you want to know more, visit steverobbins.com. That's SteverRobbins.com. Work less, do more, and have a great life.